Could the solution to Cairo's centuries-old problem of congestion, pollution, and aging infrastructure lie in the heart of the desert? Well, Egypt's ambitious $58 billion new administrative capital promises to be a modern oasis and a beacon of innovation, economic growth, and environmental sustainability. This project is set to redefine urban living with features like a sprawling central park, a dynamic business district, and the monumental Octagon for the Ministry of Defense. But as we delve into the complexities of funding, military involvement, and the potential economic strain on Egypt's resources, one has to wonder, will this grand vision truly serve all Egyptians, or could it be deepening existing divides? Well, let's see. The logic behind this grand endeavor stems from a pressing need to alleviate the congestion and infrastructural strain on Cairo, a city with a history that spans millennia. While rich in cultural and historical significance, Cairo continues to grapple with issues typical of many large cities, like overcrowdedness, traffic congestion, pollution, and aging infrastructure. The new capital aims to solve these problems by providing a modern, planned city that can serve as an administrative, financial, and cultural hub, thereby reducing the pressure on Cairo. One of the most striking features of the new capital is its central park, envisioned to be a grand lung in the heart of the desert. This miles-long park offers residents and visitors a serene and lush escape from the urban sprawl, promoting well-being and environmental sustainability. Alongside the park, the new capital will boast a main business district equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and infrastructure to attract international business and investment. This district is expected to become a dynamic economic center, driving growth and innovation. Another significant feature is the Octagon, the massive new headquarters for the Egyptian Ministry of Defense. This architectural marvel symbolizes the new capital's emphasis on security and governance, ensuring that Egypt's administrative functions are housed within a modern, efficient, and secure environment. With our imaginations captured by the new capital's lush parks and modern infrastructure, let's pivot to the financial backbone of this colossal endeavor and uncover the sources fueling its construction. The project's funding sources are diverse, comprising a mix of public funds, loans, and investments from both domestic and international partners. Initially, the Egyptian government sought to attract foreign investment to shoulder a significant portion of the financial burden. However, the ambitious scale of the project, along with geopolitical and economic uncertainties, have necessitated substantial reliance on public funds. This reliance has raised concerns about the impact on Egypt's fiscal health, given the country's already significant debt levels and economic challenges. The critical aspect of the project's funding and development is the military's involvement, which is both direct and substantial. The administrative capital for urban development, responsible for overseeing the project, is owned 51% by the Egyptian military, with the remainder held by the government. This ownership structure grants the military a dominant role in the project's direction and financial outcomes. The military's majority stake in the ACUD is significant for several reasons. Firstly, it reflects the broader trend of the military's expanding role in Egypt's economy and infrastructure development. The military in Egypt isn't just a defense institution, but a major economic actor involved in various sectors, from construction and manufacturing to services. The new capital project continues this trend, providing the military a lucrative opportunity to further entrench its economic influence. Secondly, the financial benefits of the project to the military are considerable. Owning 51% of the ACUD means that the military stands to gain directly from the profits generated through the land sales, contracts, and investments associated with the new capital. This financial stake provides the military with a vested interest in the project's success, aligning its economic incentives with its advancement. Moreover, the military's involvement in the project is emblematic of its central role in national development projects and its close relationship with President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's government. This relationship underscores the military's position as a key stakeholder in the country's political and economic landscape, with the capacity to influence major policy and development decisions. Having delved into the intricate tapestry of funding, it's time to explore the broader economic horizon and what this monumental investment signifies for Egypt's financial future. The financial burden of the new capital on Egypt's economy is multifaceted. With a price tag nearing $58 billion, the project is one of the largest public investments in the country's history. Financing such an endeavor has required Egypt to delve deep into its own coffers, resorting to extensive borrowing. This has exacerbated the nation's debt profile, which was already a concern before the project commenced. The reliance on borrowing to fund the capital's construction raises questions about the long-term economic sustainability of the project and its potential to strain Egypt's financial resources. Egypt's economy has been navigating turbulent waters for several years, grappling with high inflation rates, a significant budget deficit, and a burgeoning external debt that exceeds $100 billion. Despite these economic headwinds, the decision to construct the new capital reflects the government's prioritization of infrastructure and development projects as catalysts for economic growth. However, this strategy also entails substantial risks, particularly the risk of exacerbating the country's debt burden and putting additional pressure on its fiscal stability. The economic crisis Egypt faces is compounded by global events that have unforeseen impacts on the project's cost. Notably, the war in Ukraine has had a significant ripple effect on global commodity prices, including construction materials. Egypt, heavily reliant on imports for its construction industry, has felt the pinch of rising prices for steel, cement, and other essential materials. This has inevitably led to cost overruns for the new capital project, further inflating its budget beyond initial estimates. Egypt's economy has also been hit hard by the war's impact on global food prices, given the country's status as one of the world's largest wheat importers, primarily from Ukraine and Russia. The resulting inflationary pressures have strained the purchasing power of Egyptians, adding another layer of complexity to the economic landscape surrounding the new capital project. Moreover, the project's timing coincides with a period of global economic uncertainty characterized by fluctuating oil prices, supply chain disruptions, and shifting geopolitical dynamics. These factors collectively contribute to an environment of financial unpredictability, making it challenging to forecast the full economic impact of the new capital on Egypt's economy. And just like any other project, there will always be some concerns. A primary critique of the new capital's design revolves around its pedestrian unfriendliness and the stark separation of key areas. Urban planners and critics argue that the sprawled layout, with wide roads and large distances between residential, commercial, and governmental zones, prioritizes vehicular traffic over pedestrian mobility. This design philosophy not only discourages walking, but also fails to cater to the needs of those without access to personal vehicles. In a country where car ownership rates are relatively low, and many rely on public transportation or walking as their primary means of mobility, the new capital's design could exacerbate accessibility issues, limiting the ability of a significant portion of the population to navigate the city efficiently. The accessibility challenge is further compounded by the low rate of car ownership in Egypt. With only a quarter of Cairo residents owning cars, the highest percentage in the country, but still low by international standards, the new capital's design seems out of touch with the realities of its intended populace. This disconnect raises concerns about who the new capital is really designed for, and whether it will serve the broader Egyptian population or a select car-owning minority. The issue of housing and affordability within the new capital brings the project's inclusivity into sharper focus. The high cost of living, exemplified by housing prices that start around $80,000 for an apartment, starkly contrast with the average household income in Egypt. In 2020, the average urban household income was just over $2,600, highlighting a profound affordability crisis. This discrepancy suggests that the new capital, with its current pricing structures, is poised to become an enclave for the wealthy, far removed from the economic reach of the average Egyptian. The affordability crisis is not just a matter of housing prices, but reflects broader concerns about the new capital's role in Egyptian society. If most Egyptians can't afford to live in the new capital, questions arise about the project's objectives and whom it was intended to benefit. The risk is that the new capital could exacerbate existing social and economic divides, creating a physical manifestation of inequality that could have long-term implications for social cohesion and national identity. So, what impact do you think Egypt's new administrative capital will have on the country's future? Comment down below and let's engage. In the meantime, leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss another amazing video. We'll see you in the next one.